Jean-Christophe. Nice seeing you again.
Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure, as always.
Thank you. It's a very big pleasure for me to be today here, especially since I was very surprised to find about this big secret and being close with you and Ulysse Nardin and being close to Martin Frey and Felix Baumgartner and URWERK. In general, I was like, how it was possible, such a secret to be so well kept. And when I saw the first picture, because I received the press kit and I was looking at the picture and I was scrolling, I was like, no way, it cannot be. So it was a big surprise. I was like a little bit disappointed that I didn't knew about it, but on the other hand, I was like, wow, I think this is the most natural evolution of the freak that you can bring on the market. So I was considering how much you can evolve, how fast, how further you can go with the concept of freak, and I was never thought to add such an interesting complication, such an interesting display on the freak. Although looking at the picture looks so natural and so like this is the destiny of freak to be united with the concept of satellite hour from URWERK and to have this. How was this piece born?
So if we come back to the origins of the project, the very first step has been a discussion between Patrick Prugnot, the CEO of Sowin Group, with Felix Baumgartner, the CEO of URWERK. They met at a dinner organized by Michael Tay from the Hourglass in Geneva. And at this dinner, several independents were present, and Patrick and Felix had a discussion about the fact that our two brands were, let's say, endorsing a particular status in the watchmaking industry because they have been really at the origins of the explosion of contemporary complications at the beginning of this century. They have already, let's say, they have paved for the others by opening this door to disruptive horlogerie with their different principle, the wandering satellite time display from URWERK on one side, and the uniqueness of the freak concept with this flying carousel. So they were discussing and they said, okay, but why? I mean, we should do something together, maybe. Let's consider it. And the week after, Felix and Martin came to visit the Ulysse Nardin manufacturer, and I had the chance to have a meeting with them, and we started to discuss. And yes, Felix said, as a watchmaker, I would love to do something on the freak. And for me, we were newly independent again. And I told Felix, for me, as a product manager for Ulysse Nardin, as a new, again, independent brand, because we have been independent since 1846, but it was, let's say, the end of this parenthesis, being part of a group. I would love to partner with a very independent brand in terms of mindset, such as URWERK.
Yeah, especially so legendary and the mindset. Yeah.
For me, they are a reference, let's say, in the world of independent brands. These people are their own vision of of what should be done since years. They have always kept their direction, their own line, and I admire that a lot. So we very quickly decided to do something on the freak, and it was obvious that it should be on the freak. It was obvious that it should be with a satellite time display indication, it was obvious that it should be also a technical collab with a deep meaning. So it was what we discussed during this visit 2 weeks, 10 days after that dinner.
So very
It's
fast.
starting like that. It started like that.
It was a marriage of love.
Yes, in a certain manner, very quick. Yes, and very simple.
Mm.
Also, the way we discussed that, because then we organized a few meetings, and to make it simple, I made a reservation, you know, near the train station, because some people from URWERK, they live in the Swiss-German parts of Switzerland. Some other, you know, the HQ of URWERK is at Geneva. Neuchâtel is a little bit at the middle. So
Finding a good spot for everyone.
yes, exactly, and we had several meetings to try to find the right concept for this collab.
Because in principle it looks very simple. It's not like adding just a module on the base of the freak. It's simple on the first look, but it's a considerable technical challenge to combine the two systems that are quite different.
Yes.
In thinking, and both disruptive in their own way, and bringing together to find this. When I saw yesterday the watch, I could not find my words. I was not able to speak because I was like trying to play with it, and I was really impressed to find the best of both worlds in this URWERK. So for me, it's a fantastic evolution for both brands, and I'm very happy that
Thanks.
You did this. But what was for me very interesting to see that both of the worlds separated, they'd receive from each other some new things. So you have the satellite out from URWERK, but it has the silicone spring from Ulysse Nardin, which I don't think that was like just a pick and place. So how was the development process? How was the technical? What was maybe a major issue and which needed a solution?
So first I agree with what you said at the beginning, that it's a kind of it opens a new door for the freak concept in itself, in terms of technical and design expression, and it has not been easy, because the freak is a very particular concept with some constraints, because as you know, the principle of a freak is that the caliber is rotating on itself, indicating time, which when you think about it is quite revolutionary, and it's difficult, let's say, to animate, because as soon as you touch the inside of the watch, you disrupt the whole architecture of the caliber. So the choice we have done from the beginning is that we wanted really to combine our orbital complication to their orbital complication. We have that in common. We are providing two very original and unique ways to read time, and we wanted to combine that. So it was obvious from the beginning that it would be a very technical collaboration with a high level of complexity, because we wanted to do an augmented freak, not to remove elements. So it was important for us to keep, let's say, the DNA of the freak. You set the time through the bezel, you wind from the back. I think URWERK also was interested to provide the silicone technology that has been pioneered by Ulysse Nardin inside this product, and we were all enthusiastic with the idea to bring the URWERK typical time display indication. They have a very they are very strict on readability of their products. So this has really been a challenge inside the freak concept. So in fact, the adaptation of both worlds have implied the development of an entirely new caliber, nearly. I mean, we started from the caliber of the Freak 1 as a platform because the caliber is and the case are interacting. It's the principle of the Freak concept, but we had to modify 2/3 of the components. We have created 150 components on a total of 263 in order to make this collab possible. So the biggest challenge for the technical side of the collab has been to re-architecture entirely, in fact, the carousel, the flying carousel principle, because we had to remove some space in order to place the satellite system. So it's like you are an architect, you keep the same walls for the outside of the house with specific walls, because we are inside the freak. So I mean that walls are rotating and they rotate also with the roof, if I may say, the bezel.
Yeah.
But you keep that. But inside that, you have to remove all the walls, everything, and change all the rooms and the re-architecture entirely the inside of the house in order to leave space for the satellites, for the minute scale, to place it at the maximum of the top in order to make it readable, visible, which has been also a challenge. You know, on Freak 1 gear train, we indicate the minute through a bridge that is carrying the entire gear train of the caliber.
So it's we had like the movement itself.
Exactly. So we had to reduce it compact the number of wheels in order to leave that space for the satellites.
So done like round inside the satellite instead of going in the length like in the classic freak.
Exactly. And to locate the oscillator at a very different place because it has been put at the center, because obviously you cannot put it at the same place as the satellites. So in fact, it's what I am very proud of is that at the end, when you look at the design of the timepiece, you recognize immediately the freak, and you also recognize immediately URWERK. So it's kind of a perfect balance. It's like, you know, you are two parents, you have a child, you immediately recognize the paternity of the parents.
Exactly.
And I think this I'm very proud of, because it shows that we have, let's say, handled the project in the right way together.
So the case has exactly the same proportion like it was before, or it was, because at the first look, because of the complication inside, my first impression was that it's a little bit smaller in general.
The diameter of the case is similar to the diameter of Freak 1, meaning 44 millimeters. And but you have more, let's say, visible technical content inside. So the occupation of the space is wider, let's say, the occupation of the inside volume. Reason why it reduces a little bit the perception of size.
Yes, because you have at a classic freak, you have also the bezel. It's much wider than this new one with URWERK. By the way, very nice integration of the URWERK elements in the classic freak bezel, and you have an ample volume of food. You have a lot of air and you have a lot of space, and this makes it like to give the impression that it's something
loaded with a lot of content. Yes,
and because of that, this very compacted way of how the satellites are built and small bezel and so on gives the impression of a much more, not smaller, but more, also not compacted. I would say refined, even if it's very technical, complicated. I would say it's a very refined piece.
Yes, but I like the word compacted in a certain manner. I mean, it has been the main issue. You have so much inside this timepiece. I mean, we have removed nothing, in fact, from the URWERK technical principle and the Ulysse Nardin technical principle. So, in fact, I like the word compacted, but I think it has been done in the right way, meaning that it is not overwhelming.
Yes, it's not forced.
It remains, let's say, quite easy to read and quite, let's say, simple. In fact, in terms of principle, a central silicon oscillator oversized, 3 satellites with the Croix de Malte principle, and then you have a gear train that is rotating on itself with this flying carousel principle that is partly hidden by one of the bridges that is carrying the satellites. And you have this specific way to read the minutes that is typical from URWERK.
It's a very animated watch.
Yes.
So in comparison, where you have the classic freak, where we have the 12 hours for the base and then the minutes, 60 hours, 60 minutes. Now you have 3 hours for the entire carousel, but you have also the change of the satellites in between, and having the also the spring, the ballast spring on the top makes it more animated. The classic freak was very interesting because you have the balance wheel brought to the front, and here the balance wheel is just a part of the animation. It's like a more complex spectacle for inside of the watch.
Yes, it's a kind of combination between a flying carousel and a tourbillon. When you think about it, it's a kind of 3 hours tourbillon. It's quite freaky. The balance wheel at the middle, it's also quite unique. I mean, design-wise, generally speaking, I don't like so much the timepieces when the balance wheel is centered, because very often it brings a kind of, you have a design-wise a target effect with concentric circles. But here, as it is 3-dimensional and not 2-dimensional, you don't have this, let's say, negative effect. So in fact, it's quite powerful because you see the inner strength of the caliber that it is really starting from the center, if I may say, and then goes to the sides of the caliber. So with a regular freak, everything is in rotation. Here, it's from the center to the outside. You know what I mean?
Yes, and the center is rotating, then you have an external carousel, and then you can also play with the entire bezel and change the time. This is a very nice piece to play with. I mean, the owner, I don't know how much time he will really read the time and actually playing with it. What I was very surprised seeing the technical specification, that you kept the 90 hours power reserve. I was very impressed with, because that was the first thing I said, okay, maybe 60 and so on, but 90 hours with considering the entire integration, the how heavy is the mechanical construction and how complicated, being able to still keep the 90 hours. Did you need to change something specific, or it was like at the end, oh, we have also this, like a cherry on top?
Well, some components are made of titanium to be lighter, but the main reason why we are able to provide this high level of power reserve is the super efficiency of our grinder. It's a patented system from Ulysse Nardin. That is twice more efficient than a traditional oscillating weight. And because of that, we are able to, let's say, propel, if I may say, the combination of two complications. And this grinder is really fantastic because, you know, it has allowed, for example, the Freak S with the two oscillators principle, and it's here the same. I mean, it allows us to combine the satellites, the URWERK satellites, with the UN flying carousel. So this is what I like in this timepiece, is that each and every principle, if I may say, is unique. It's each and every principle is technically unique. It's not even related to design. I mean, you have a lot of URWERK design codes, which I love, but the inside of the watch is technically unique.
It is, and you can see the both worlds, and you can see how both they are working together. So this is absolutely fantastic. What was your first impression when you saw the first prototype?
I mean, I was impressed. It worked perfectly well from the very first time. And this for me was honestly a surprise because, as I said, it was technically a challenge to re-architecture entirely the timepiece. And we were expecting, let's say, a few challenges. Yes, exactly. And honestly, their principle is quite, I mean, reliable. Ours either, because we have accumulated a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And I see the result, in fact, when we develop such type of timepieces. When you see that it works, I mean, nearly perfectly well from the very first prototype, it shows, let's say,
the maturity of
the maturity, the know-how. So I think it's yes, it's it has been, honestly, this project has been fun. It's a pleasure from the beginning to the end, in fact. Even for the, let's say, the design process, of course, we had some discussions, but you know, we are passionate people. and you know, the designers, they always want, you know, more.
Yes.
And you need also to think about, let's say, the technical constraints. You need to think about also the price that the clients will pay at the end. So
we are
still
living
a little bit
we are living in a material world.
Yes, but honestly, it has been cool and fun because you will find a lot of, in my view, design typical signatures coming from URWERK in this timepiece. And I like it very much. It was really what we wanted, you know, because we like this URWERK signature, you know, this very matte finish, kind
the
of
metal gray of
metal gray with a kind of industrial aspect, if I may say. Very contemporary and futuristic on one side, but in the meantime a little bit brutal. And I think the result is striking, and also the combination of the colors, which is let's say, we wanted really that. We wanted a URWERK signature because it's cool, because it's futuristic, because it's, and with a URWERK disruptive color code. We wanted to play with that. The principle of this timepiece is to indicate the time in a different manner. This is the poetry that is behind. So we have played with this very particular yellow color.
Does it have a history, the color?
It's a color that is used by URWERK. It's the URWERK.
It's the URWERK
Yes.
yellow. Yeah.
And we really wanted, you know, we have commonly decided that we wanted, you know, the URWERK sandblasted finishing type and the URWERK yellow. It was very important for all of us. Yes, because the platform is a freak, but you have the satellite and the URWERK signature. And this is also why I like the name URFreak, because it summarizes perfectly what you find inside this watch, in fact. It's really the URFreak. I mean, for me, there is no other possible name. I mean, it's the UR DNA in a freak. So I really see this product as a augmented freak. You know what I mean? It's freak augmented by your work, and this is why I'm proud of this collab.
It's absolutely wonderful. So when I saw the piece, besides being impressed by the technicity, by the way I really enjoy how it was the name all three engraved in this counterweight. So it's like finding the perfect place for the perfect thing, combining, so nothing is too much, nothing is too less, is very well balanced visually, very well. It's very nice to touch and feel on the wrist. It's absolutely amazing, because also the case, the finishing on the case, it's like one of the moments you stay and you are relaxing, just touching the case, besides being able to play with it, but just feel the case, because it's a very organic and natural feel, and it looks absolutely amazing.
We had to do many tries before reaching the sandblasted effect and the touch that we wanted for this URWERK touch that we wanted to this on this timepiece. We learn also. We always learn when you do a collapse like that. I really think they learn from us, and we learn from them. It's also part of what is interesting in the process, is that you discover small things that you didn't know, new ways to do things. So yes, it has been it has been a journey, but it was pleasant.
Yeah. I know from Felix as well, because I talked with him yesterday about the watch, and he was like also very happy and very proud of the collaboration. It's really beautiful. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And I said for Dubai Watch Week, it's the best.
Yes.
The best time, the best moment, the best piece for Dubai Watch Week is absolutely amazing.
We really wanted to do that launch at Dubai Watch Week on both sides, because it's a fair that is centered, let's say, a lot in terms of focus on independence. It's also a place where I would say it's more informal than the Watch and Wonders, and it's easier for the people from the industry to network, to meet together. It's more horizontal, and we are going to share together the space. The two booths will be let's say close each other, and at the middle we will of course together jointly present the timepiece. Now this also I find it super cool.
Yes, it is.
And also for us at Ulysse Nardin specifically, it's important, it's the right moment, because next year will be very important year for us, and related to Freak a lot, because we will celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Freak collection. So in a certain manner, this collab is, let's say, putting the spotlight on the collection at the beginning of a very important year in terms of product agenda.
Fabulous. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And thank you very much.
Merci.